The human body presents a remarkable diversity. This ranking explores 10 individuals who are distinguished by body parts with extreme dimensions, highlighting physical records. Number 10, the largest nose, Mehmet Özyürek. The nose is undeniably one of the most distinctive and recognizable features of the human face, regardless of its shape or size. For Mehmet Özyürek, originally from Turkey, it is precisely the massive dimension of his nasal appendage that propelled him into the spotlight. Although this peculiarity was a constant source of bullying and insults during his childhood, Mehmet never considered his nose a problem or a flaw. He demonstrated exemplary resilience and self-acceptance in the face of mockery. This positive perspective on his unique attribute finally led him to seek official recognition for his peculiarity. In 2010, he decided to participate in an Italian television show whose objective was to highlight individuals worldwide with astonishing physical characteristics or unusual records. In Mehmet's case, it was his massive nose, whose exceptional dimensions make it a unique case study in anthropometry and body records. That was the object of this recognition. This approach transformed a feature that was once a source of insecurity into a title of international glory, illustrating how physical differences can become elements of identity and pride. Number 9, the longest tongue, the Indian Kapil Kumar, implicitly mentioned. With a length approaching 11 centimeters, an Indian man, named Kapil Kumar in some sources, but only designated by his nationality in this text, holds an uncontested national title for the longest tongue. This exceptional dimension not only gives this individual an unusual appearance, making him resemble a giraffe stretching to reach leaves, but also opens up unique possibilities for the execution of daily tasks. He has developed increased abilities, allowing him to perform feats, ranging from lifting weights to very thorough facial cleansing, thanks to his capacity to reach practically any area with his tongue. Furthermore, he exploits this singularity in a creative sphere, dedicating himself to painting with his tongue, producing truly unique works of art. Although his length was only officially verified very recently, his ambition is clearly to achieve global recognition. He is only 7 millimeters away from the current world record, held by the same man for a decade, suggesting that a record revision, through growth or a more precise measurement, could soon allow him to seize the supreme title and gain worldwide fame. Number 8, the longest legs, Masi Karines. Masi Karines, a young woman only 17 years old at the time of her record verification, gained global recognition by winning the title for the longest legs. Each of her legs boasts an impressive length of 135 centimeters, contributing to her total height which slightly exceeds 2 meters. This singular physical characteristic allowed Masi to launch a modeling career, leveraging the considerable attention her new notoriety generated on the international stage. However, the primary goal of this endeavor was not solely professional, but deeply inspiring. She clearly expressed her desire to be a role model for other tall women worldwide, seeking to convey the message that their height should in no way be perceived as an obstacle, but rather as a powerful asset. She transformed what could have been a source of insecurity into a visible force, capable of jumping over all those who tried to belittle her or minimize her uniqueness, thereby embodying perseverance and self-acceptance on a global scale, all while pursuing her career goals with confidence and determination. Number 7, the longest hair, Z-cuping, Baochi keeping. Wearing long hair is traditionally considered among women as a sign of beauty and vitality, but the commitment of Z-cuping, nicknamed Baochi keeping in some references, largely exceeds the cultural norm. This Chinese citizen made the growth of her hair a true personal quest and a testament to perseverance and dedication, starting in 1973. Managing such a mass of hair requires meticulous maintenance and an exceptional amount of care to preserve its health and integrity. When the length of her hair was officially verified, it exceeded 5.5 meters, a measurement that gives her ponytail an almost unreal dimension. Nicknamed the real-life answer to the fairy tale heroine, she undeniably holds the world record for the longest hair since 2004. Her hair, whose length is close to that of a giraffe, symbolizes not only a long-term commitment, but also a physical and logistical performance that illustrates the extreme limit of what the human body, and more specifically, the skin appendages, can achieve when subjected to an unprecedented regimen of growth and maintenance. Number 6. The most stretchy skin, Gary Turner. Aging naturally leads to a loss of skin elasticity, causing sagging and the appearance of wrinkles, a universal and inevitable phenomenon. However, Gary Turner presents an extremely rare condition, likely linked to a hereditary connective tissue disorder, which gives him absolutely extraordinary skin flexibility and extensibility. From a very young age, he became aware of his difference, noticing that his skin was much more malleable than that of his peers, a trait he even exploited to amuse and impress his friends. His remarkable ability was officially recognized in 1999, when precise measurements revealed that Gary's skin, particularly on his neck, could stretch up to an astonishing distance of 15.8 centimeters, which also allows him to improvise a facial mask with the skin of his neck. Although observing this phenomenon might suggest intense pain or discomfort, Gary Turner assures that this stretching process is painless, a fact that strongly contrasts with the counterintuitive appearance of his feet. His case is a striking illustration of the extreme variations that the human body's envelope can present and how a biological anomaly can be transformed into a globally recognized performance. Number 5. The largest feet, Jason Rodriguez. Jason Rodriguez holds the impressive record for the largest feet in the world, an attribute that, although remarkable, was a source of considerable difficulties during his childhood and adolescence. The exceptional size of his feet, exceeding 40 centimeters in length, exposed him to constant bullying and mockery from his schoolmates. This abuse was so intense that it severely affected his educational and social life, to the point where he expressed regret for not having been able to pursue his studies normally. Beyond the emotional challenges, the logistical problem of footwear was major. Finding shoes of this size was practically impossible. He had to show great ingenuity and resilience, initially using custom-made shoes crafted from old tires. However, after careful reflection and some research, he realized that this difference was not a disgrace, but a peculiarity that made him truly special. This realization led him to request an appointment with Guinness World Records officials in Germany. His feet were precisely measured in a shoe store, which has since taken over the manufacturing of his custom shoes, finally offering him comfort and dignity and transforming his difficulty into a world title. Number 4. The largest biceps, Mustafa Ismail. The image of the bodybuilder is intrinsically linked to the quest for muscle mass, and massive biceps often constitute the ultimate proof of success in this discipline. Mustafa Ismail, an Egyptian bodybuilder, pushed this quest to an extreme level, managing to set an astonishing record with arms measuring 79 centimeters in circumference, surpassing all existing records in this category. Although he publicly maintained that this result was the fruit of his own hard work and unwavering determination, the monstrous dimensions and hypertrophied appearance of his muscles strongly suggest the use of exogenous substances. He is widely suspected of having used synthetic oil, such as synthol, injected to push the muscle outwards and create this appearance of extreme yet artificial volume. In response to the high health risks associated with this practice and the pressure some people impose on themselves to achieve such records, the Guinness Book of Records decided to withdraw the largest biceps category after Mustafa Ismail's title. This removal aims to discourage individuals from jeopardizing their health to gain global recognition based on potentially dangerous body modifications, making his record the last of its kind. Number 3, the longest neck, the women of the Padang tribe, Kayan Lahui. The record for the longest neck does not concern a single person, but a cultural tradition observed within an entire community. The women of the Padang tribe, also known as Kayan Lahui. Their necks are progressively lengthened through an age-old and visually striking procedure, often called neck healing or neck coiling, which involves the slow and successive addition of brass rings. This method, far from lengthening the cervical vertebrae, actually causes the collapse and deformation of the collarbone and shoulders under the weight and pressure of the rings, creating the illusion of an elongated neck. Thanks to this practice, some Padang women display necks whose length can reach between 20 and 40 centimeters. However, this custom is widely advised against by medical experts and scientists who highlight major health risks. The constant pressure exerted by the heavy rings on the thoracic area and shoulders is associated with significant respiratory and cardiovascular problems. This phenomenon, combined with the significant weight the person must constantly bear, serves as a clear warning to anyone, outside the cultural context, considering such a body modification for aesthetic reasons or to break a record, highlighting the thin line between tradition and physical danger. Number 2, the largest breasts, Annie Hawkins Turner. Annie Hawkins Turner is recognized for having the largest natural breasts in the world, with a bra cup size reaching 102Z. She proudly embraces this physical peculiarity, which makes her unique and famous, while acknowledging the logistical inconvenience of having to carry such a load daily. Unlike breast augmentation with implants, Annie's breasts are entirely natural, which adds to the extraordinary nature of her condition. She managed to turn this distinctive trait into a remarkable and profitable entrepreneurial opportunity. By offering online services allowing admirers to interact with her, or simply admire her singularity, and by multiplying appearances in various media, she built a financially stable and successful career. The income generated by this unique activity and the accompanying media recognition allowed her to achieve major personal life goals, including funding her children's university studies, acquiring real estate, and traveling the world. Her story is an example of how self-acceptance and ingenuity can transform a non-standard physical characteristic into an economic advantage and a source of personal and financial success. Number 1, the largest arms, Jeff Dabe. Jeff Dabe, often nicknamed the human version of Popeye, is the embodiment of an extreme combination of massive hands and voluminous biceps, resulting in the largest arms ever seen on a person of normal stature. The origin of this abnormal size lies in an unknown growth condition that caused spectacular hypertrophy of his upper limbs. The size of his arms is such that it is comparable to the legs of a person of average build, and his hands are so large that he can easily manipulate and lift entire basketballs. Jeff Dabe was able to capitalize on this unique strength and physical presence by entering the field of professional arm wrestling. His unparalleled physical advantage allowed him to crush the competition on the national and international scene, earning him multiple champion titles. Watching his massive hands grip those of his opponents before crushing them onto the mat is an impressive spectacle, perfectly illustrating the maxim that bigger is better. His story is a powerful testimony to how a physical singularity can be channeled and exploited in a strength sport to achieve excellence and global recognition. Number 11, unforeseen case. The Gabate family is an exceptional medical case. A rare genetic mutation affects craniofacial development, transmitted over several generations. Monitored by specialists, parents and infants live normally thanks to reconstructive surgery, modern prostheses, and constant social support, unique, observed once per millennium. The photo leaked onto the internet, but so far, no one knows where this family went. These 10 accounts demonstrate that the extraordinary is the norm for some, transforming unique characteristics into global recognition.